Boom. The magic of television. All right, it's not television, but what can you do? What can you do? So, for those people who celebrate confirmation, the day someone was born, Merry Christmas. To those who don't celebrate the day that someone was born, Happy Holidays. Oh, but you're still celebrating the day that someone was born. Okay. Happy holidays anyway. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Your present, your gift is the answers. I've been giving you treasure over this festive period. Hmm. Are people accepting it as the gift that it is, the treasure that it is? I don't know. But they should be. So, the treasure that was hidden in the thrill of the chase, as far as we know, created by Major Forrest Fenn. And I'll probably at some point do the it was found under a canopy of stars and blah blah blah, meaning it was nailed down, reporting to Major Forrest Fenn and some other words later on. But for now, if you didn't have begin it where warm waters halt nailed down, you would have nothing. I've given you the words for 5 years. Excuse me. Telling you what the answer is. 5 years. And the simplicity of it was, in the words in the book, follow the 9 clues precisely. That's it. Once you understand the word follow and precisely, realize that as also means the same. As above, so below. Didn't have begin it where warm waters hot nailed down, you would have nothing. So anybody with a solve that didn't understand what that meant, tough. You're never going to get a solve, ever. What does warm confirmation? What does warm mean to you, Forrest Fenn? Comfortable. Also means major, I think. Comfortable does. But to have it nailed down. Warm means comfortable and warm means nailed down. Begin means blaze. Blaze it where? Old Faithful. Waters halt. Blaze it where? Nail down. Waters halt. If faithful and nail down the blaze, look quickly down, your quest to cease. So, as simple as it can be, if you don't have it nailed down, you have nothing. But if you do have it nailed down, you've been wise. You've been faithful, old faithful, warm, and you've nailed it down, nailed down being warm, and nailed down being found. If you have it nailed down, you have found it because you were faithful and you were at faithful. You had faith in a maverick and were faithful, And if you've been wise, faithful, if you and nailed down the blaze, you found it. You, the one person that did that, the one person that blaze it where Old Faithful nailed down. So you had that place nailed down. You had the place nailed down. Nailed down. You had it nailed down. Blaze, Old Faithful, both. Homer Brown, all three of them in that sentence. And you get to the point where if you've been faithful, having faith in a maverick, if you've been faithful, if you've been faithful to the place, faithful, if you've been faithful and nailed down, Old Faithful is nailed down. If you've been faithful, had it nailed down, found the blaze, blaze it where Old Faithful. So you found the place, you found the blaze, and it was nailed down. 5 years ago, the whole Forrest Fenn community, whoever was still in the chase 5 years ago, had everything they needed. Everything. I gave you the words. There are the words. There's the words. Black and white, remember. There are the words that tell you what the answer is. And I told, when I first did the videos, that there was a solve and no one should be going after the family, chasing after Forrest, because at the end of the day, what was done, and never claimed nothing. And for 5 years, I gave you every kind of information, all sorts of information about that poem that gave you the answer and a way to find the answer and a way to corroborate, big words, I don't like using big words, to corroborate the answer and have the answer nailed down. Not only that way, but in other ways to have it nailed down. So as a Christmas present, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm giving the absolute truth of the answer of the thrill of the chase. How to find a chest hidden by Major Forrest Burke Fenn in the Rocky Mountains in a specific place, a precise place that was actually nailed down. And no one, not one person, I don't care who you are and how egotistical you are, those words mean exactly what they say. They mean exactly what they say. And they imply, without question, that someone, a person, a real finder, found, remember, nailed down the place where it was. Because if you didn't have it nailed down, Jack, trusted, Jack, anyone, I don't care. Street, I don't care. Troy, I don't care. I don't care who you are out of the hundreds of thousands, however many there was, who entered the thrill of the chase. I don't care what you say, because what you say is your belief. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. You don't have it nailed down. You just spout a whole load of shit and you don't have it nailed down. But I tell you the truth, and I show you the truth, and I would expect at least one person with that truth to just have a fucking look. No one, not one person to try and get it nailed down or to try and disprove the fact that what I'm saying is true. They just spout out of a whole load of stuff and say they're the finder, even though I never claimed to be. Thanks for sharing this solution, for a lack of a better one. Merry Christmas, Captain Kidd. Mario said he found, I don't know what that means, Ian's name in the poem. Gone alone in there. So there are many names in that poem, and using the words with those names, my name is Mark, along with Mario. But if you follow the word, you get the solution. And you get what has been done by the people with those names. The good and the bad. So Major, Forrest, Burke, Fenn, canopy, Burke, lush forested vegetation. Excuse me, confirmation. It's all true. Everything that I've said, I've explained, and it is true. It's factual. That's what it was. Found, just used it, reporting to, under, reporting to. It was nailed down, because if you didn't have it nailed down, you had nothing. It was found, it was nailed down, reporting to, under, it was nailed down under a canopy. Burke, a canopy. Under a canopy, reporting to, Burke, of stars, major is stars, look it up, or I'll show you at some point in time. Major, stars, not just Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, stars, elites, stars, canopy of stars, in the, so you're taking that canopy of stars, you're taking the canopy over the stars, because it's found in, between, the lush forested vegetation, the forest and the fen. So you have that major, stars, you're taking the canopy, because the canopy was in, under a canopy reporting to, the canopy was in stars, lush forested vegetation. Boom. See, the canopy of stars was in, under a canopy of stars, in. So you end up with, it was nailed down, just showed you, just told you, nailed down under a canopy. It was nailed down, found, under, reporting to, Major, Forrest, Burke, Fenn. Somebody nailed it down, and they told Forrest that they had nailed it down. How does any other solve compare to that? It doesn't. It never did, because you never read the poem correctly. So just call it a gift from me to you, that the truth will set you free. It was found. It was nailed down, because if you didn't have it nailed down, you had nothing. And if you couldn't explain what nailed down meant, you obviously had nothing. And nailed down means of faithful. Nailed down means comfortable. Nailed down means warm. What else does warm mean? So the information you're given, the false information that you're given, is the truth. Except your truth, your belief, what you believe is BS. You believe the BS that's been given to you. You believe the information that you see, read, or hear, and take it that is gospel. But it isn't. Is it? It's just a lie. So we have two books. In both books, it's quite easy to believe that the information in front of you will lead you to the Holy Grail. And yet, in truth, it will lead you to hell. Both of them. Because you will go wherever you want to go, and you will believe whatever you want to believe. And the truth will remain hidden from you because you're not after the truth. You're not after the truth. See, that's the difference between me and you. You were searching for a chest in the Rocky Mountains. I was searching for the truth. How am I going to get the truth? Well, two creators. They want me to find the truth, or don't, whichever way it is. Two creators that want me to find the truth. And they're going to tell me, but there are people that aren't allowed to know the truth. So unless you're worthy, you won't find the truth. Unless, a bit like, what was his name? Was it Percival? Looking for the Holy Grail? Like he who is pure of heart? Like not just looking for the Grail. There's a difference between looking for the truth and searching for treasure. I wasn't greedy when I was looking for the truth. I wasn't in it just for me, looking for the truth. I wanted everybody to know the truth. And the cost to me didn't matter. I just felt that everybody should know the truth. Did I claim the truth? Did I claim to be the finder and the solver of the Forrest Fenn thrill of the chase treasure hunt? No. I claimed that I had the truth. And if you listened, you would hear the truth. And if you wanted to claim that as your truth, even though the truth is just the truth, it's no one's truth. You could have gone home with a chest that's too heavy for one person to carry, maybe. Or you could have gone home with, I don't know, the result of an outrageous, what does outrageous mean? Outrageous dare. What does dare mean? Like if somebody's telling you something, like this is, and you just assume that you know what that means, you are screwed. Because they are saying words don't mean what you think they do. So what if they weren't saying? Were they saying? Like what did they really say? Because apparently the words they just told me, they didn't mean what I thought. If you've been faithful, wise, and nailed down the blaze, nailed down, warm is nailed down. Old faithful is nailed down. Found is nailed down. Like if you had everything nailed down, you knew the answer. And you didn't have to leave your chair because in person is where you had to go. There was no need for boots on the ground. You had to be there in person because it's the answer. People trying to screw good people over because they're selfish, greedy, egotistical, whatever it is, whatever reason it is. The reason you can't is because those good people, they operate out of love, not ego. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me. I'm telling you the truth. Not because you deserve the truth. There are some people out there absolutely 100% deserve the truth. I'm telling you the truth so you realize you can't influence me. There is nothing you can say or do that will change the truth. Nothing. Nothing. There is nothing that you can say or do that will change the truth. And the only way, if you want to be with me, is concrete. Stop the bullshit. Stop it. And when I say with me, there are thousands of us going through the same thing. Someone at the door dropping off a Christmas card, I think. Excuse me. I was just wondering then who was trying to enter my house. You know what it's like. So, thousands of us operating out of love, wanting only the best for everyone, against a few, I'll say a few, there's fucking loads, but the few at the top, you know, manipulating those beneath them, who manipulate those beneath them, who manipulate those beneath them, and so on until it gets to them trying to manipulate good people. But what you don't realise is, you know, fuck around with good people. Like, they are slow to anger, but you press the right button. I don't fancy your chances much. No, I don't fancy him at all, to be fair, but so that's the truth. The simple truth. It was nailed down, reporting to Major Forrest. Take the canopy, put it in between the Forrest and the Fenn. Forrest Burke Fenn. Now, what you might notice is, if you look up, I can't remember which way around it is. Yeah, if you look up canopy, you'll find Burke, but I don't think you'll find. No, yeah, if you look canopy, you'll find Burke, but if you look up Burke, you won't find canopy. How does that work? Excuse me. Like, my father didn't know what a bluff was. A bluff is a Burke. You didn't know. You didn't know your son's name was Bluff, or you didn't know your son's name was Burke. Are you listening to what he's saying? My father didn't know what a bluff was. You think Forrest might have called his father a bluff? Dad, you're a bluff. What does that mean, Forrest? You're a Burke, Dad. Dad, you're a Burke. I bet Forrest had fun. Whoever Forrest is. Like, I wish I'd have known those things when I was little. Being able to call my dad names and him not know. He wouldn't have a clue that I was calling him a name. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's almost like knowledge without a D. like saying something and people going, what? The what? What have you just said? So I hope it's a good present for you, because it is the truth. And all my truth, not my truth, but all the truth that I tell you, which I suppose in a way is my truth, but it's just the truth, nailed down. There is no one on this planet, if they were trying to disprove the solve, could they disprove it? Because if you take everything that Forrest said and put everything that I've said to it, it's all nailed down. Like, it is spot on. There is nothing that is not correct. That doesn't mean to say that that information gets you the trove. Even though it gets you the trove. Like, you could find the chest, and finding the chest gets you the title. But if you solve the correctly, you already know what the title is and who created it. Apart from Father, someone else, something else. Someone else gets the credit. If you solve the poem different. But if you read Forrest, what the poem says, precisely, following the 9 clues, precisely, reading the poem, precisely, what the poem says, you will be able to read to Forrest the first draft. You will be able to tell Forrest what his plan was. No? Had to be a plan, because there was the first version and the second version. And in that first version, second version, there was a plan to take it from the first version and create the second version with it. So even though you don't like making plans because they're antagonistic to freedom, that's what happened. Like the bones of it, gonna throw those bones right out of my hair, whatever. Them bones, them dry bones. That blueprint, because he felt like an architect, didn't he? He created the poem. He felt like an architect. He crafted that poem. It's a craft. Look at the words. Tells you what the answer is. The information Forrest gave is the answers by lying to your face with the truth. Lying to your face with the truth. Smart that is, isn't it? Like telling you the truth by fucking lying to you. How good's that? Ooh. Dad, you're a bluff. Should I be angry, Forrest? What did you just do? What did you just do? You could find that answer half an hour. Like after you do everything. After you've been through the as I've gone alone and then all that bullshit. But once you know the truth, not that long at all. Once you know, all you've got to do is follow the 9 clues precisely. That's all you've got to do. All you've got to do. The word follow, the word 9 clues, the word precisely, that's it. And you take that to the poem, you understand the word as, and it's over. Because you know that it has to be nailed down. You know that, because if you don't have that, you've got nothing. So the first words that you're going to, nail down one word. The first word that you're going to look up is nail down. What does nail down mean? What does that mean? Oh, it means the same as the words in the poem. You see, in tight focus with a word that is key means the word must be in the poem, it must be key, and there is more than one. Because you need all of them for a set. So if you've been faithful, having faith in the maverick, listening to him, and being faithful. If you've been faithful, if you went to that place called faithful and nailed down, if you've been to that place faithful and faithful, the blaze, look quickly down. The blaze, begin, blaze it where faithful. If you've been faithful to a maverick, if you've been faithful to the place, if you've had it nailed down, faithful, and the blaze where you started, you will know. Start. Go. That's it. And if you were there in person, faithful, if you were there in person, you'd be able to start and go. But you didn't have to because you already knew. Now, please listen because I gave you the answers. I sent Forrest an email. What did I say in that email? I've said it. 5 years I've said it. Same word, which is what Forrest had to do. Had to give you the same words, didn't he? Had to give you the same words in the same way. Otherwise, it wouldn't mean what he made up. Had to give you the same words, the exact same way. Otherwise, it wouldn't mean what he said. And I've told you the exact same word that I sent to Forrest in an email. I am happy with my soul. What does happy mean? I'm happy with it, and I will not be coming to America because I am happy with my soul. So I told you at the beginning, 2 conversations. What you're hearing that I'm saying and what I'm actually saying. Because that's how Forrest worked. What we heard him say and what he was really saying, 2 different things. Your best revenge, your faithful revenge, or your major revenge? I wonder. Your major revenge is me wearing the bracelet. Is he saying that you can get revenge on Major Forrest Fenn because him wearing the bracelet, him, not the Major Forrest Fenn, the creator, but finding out who the real Major Forrest Fenn is. So that person wearing the bracelet, different bracelets, that person wearing the bracelet is your major revenge. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that could be the truth of the words you were given. Because if you didn't think, what if? Davey! Merry Christmas, mate. I don't know if you believe in Christmas, to be fair. In the way that you're supposed to believe it. So many problems people have with that. That 10th clue, they had problems with the first clue. I am back. What did I miss? I didn't know you came and went. You didn't miss anything. Excuse me. You never miss anything when you come here because, I just talk rubbish. One man's rubbish is another man's. We all sent Forrest email. Yeah, but you didn't say you were happy. Not happy with the solve. But Cynthia was reading them. No matter. I wasn't going to America anyway, so it didn't matter. Because, what did I say to you? Forrest said, don't trust anyone, not even him. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And I already told you about Cynthia. Like, look up the word Cynthia. And those words that it means. Or Diana. Diana. You will be traveling to America with Davey on the FF tab. Feel free tab. The Feel Free Chase Inc. funding still available. I was told they were out of funds. It ain't their funds. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be. What's a job? What does that mean? What does job mean? It was a job interview. Was it a job interview? Listen, it's important that you hear what I'm saying. Was it a Job interview? Think about that question. Just think about it. Who was Job? Did he go through some shit? Oh, I think he went through some shit. Was he, listen, was he a faithful person? I think he was. I think this person named Job was a faithful person. And if you went for a Job interview, you too would have to be a faithful person. See how that works? Like if you hear the truth, you have a different way of thinking and looking. If indeed it was a Job interview, you knew you'd be down. You would be down and fucking out. You'd be down and out, like the worst of the worst. Everything taken from you, everything. Because of this bad, evil, whatever you want to call them. This person, Job, this Job interview, he went through fucking shit. But he didn't crack. And because he didn't crack, and because he remained faithful, full of the chase, faithful, all about faithful, all about fake, full of the chase, faithful, because you had a Job interview to suffer like Job did, but you had to be faithful. Did you think it said job interview? Oh, sorry. Oh. Yes, Merry Christmas, Gio. If you believe in, yes, biblical character Job, a Job interview. I'll keep my word, even if it takes some time and a shit ton of work. Listen, I ain't got nothing against no one. I don't give a shit. Try to give people the truth. Some people listen. Well, one person listened, and most didn't. But at the end of the day, no one understood my truth. No one. Which is why, I'm kept separate from everybody and everything, because in order to stay in a high vibration, if you're explaining stuff and people can't understand it, it makes you feel a bit. "Urgh." So what he does is he says, right, that's it. You can't have nothing to do with that person, that person, that person, that person, and that person. Don't matter how much you like them. It doesn't matter how much you like them. He just goes, remember, I told you about Google Earth. I told you. He just picks you up, says, no, you ain't being there, and puts you down. And he isolates you from everything so he can work on you. Slap you over the head and say, look, confirmation, I'm not lying. He said, look, you've got to be in this frame of mind. You've got to believe this and nothing else. And if people are telling you the wrong stuff, then I'm not letting you talk to them. No matter who it is. You are not talking to anybody. You're not talking to anybody who won't listen. Once they stop listening, there you go. Over here. Come over here. Come over here. Talk to yourself. Talk to me and talk to yourself, but no one else. And that's what happens. Because that's what happened to Job. No one. Not a sausage. Not a sausage. Not a sausage. Had no one. And yet, after all that was taken away from him, he didn't get back exactly what he lost. But he did get back more than what he lost. So he didn't all of a sudden have his wife and everything back. He had different, but more of different. The last 500 feet is a doozy. Job lived in the karst caverns in a Preston book. So it goes. When a plane hits a karst and not a bluff. Or it is a bluff, but not. Still life with crows. Pretty clever animals, them crows. Kermo says, it's your truth to tell. Well, that was the whole thing, wasn't it? It's the finder's story to tell. No story yet. No story yet. I don't hear Jack's story. The Jack and Ori stuff. The morning glory stuff. All them words. Excuse me. Confirmation. The funds at Chase Inc. never run dry. They can't run dry. They belong to confirmation. I don't know if you can hear that, but in the background, there is confirmation because that's what he does. He puts stuff in my head, or, I see stuff, read stuff, whatever, and he goes, diddle-diddle-diddle. Yep, you're right. If I had a Santa suit, I would go live and do a FF Santa show. Well, that's obviously then. I don't know if you're trying to hide your name, but you just give it away there. Someone get this man a effing Santa costume. Captain Kidd, endless funds be like the all-you-can-eat salad bowl at Olive Garden. I don't know what that is. I can assume that I know what that is. But 3 to choose from, your choice. At least bread and salad. Salad. Forrest even talked about that. Like when you think about all the things that Forrest said and went, what the fuck is he doing that for? And then you look at all the words, I'm not kidding you. And you look at all the words that I've talked about, they're the scrapbooks that Forrest did. Like you look up those words, they are the scrapbooks. If you went into all those other words and that, you'd be like, oh crap. Yeah, he did. He talked about that. Talked about a beard. Talked about stuff. And Why? Why talk about toast? Why talk about a whale? Why talk about Korean? Why add this? Why do that? And then you look at the words and go, oh, that's why, because that means this, and this means this, and this means this. And what he did was he took a word. I don't know if he used word hippo. I don't know. But he took a word, went down, and go, right, what shall I talk about today? I'll talk about a widow's mite, or I'll talk about whatever, spine, or I'll talk about a bendy tree, the willow, or whatever. And it's like, oh, is that what you did? Is that what you did? And everyone else is like, I don't know what he's talking about. Never. Oh, even I. Which one was I? What was I doing when I saw I? Was that major as well? I can't remember. Can't remember. A long time ago. 5 years ago, is a long time ago. I did that stuff. I stole a hubcap once. Naughty boy, naughty, very naughty. Ah, Pinocchio as well. And Pinocchio makes me look like an honest man. He talked about Pinocchio. I wonder why he talked about Pinocchio. Maybe he was in the wood. Maybe he was a puppet. Should have waited for the car to stop moving. Oh, I don't know what that's for. Is that because your friend was in it? Like, even that, I mean, Bill's right, a Fenn is a car. But what is everything around that? Like, leave your friend in the car. If you need a car park, just ask Bill. Yeah, he's got a cow and a hood and all sorts of things. I will do that video. I will get the phone and show you the car that was burnt out on the Casper Mountain thing. I'm standing there thinking, how the flipping heck did that get there? Like, those trees couldn't have been there because all that car was just plopped in. Because I'm looking, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. There's trees all around here. How the heck did that car get from the road up there, if it did get from the road up there, get past all these trees and fall in that hole? Whatever you call that it was in. And I took a video and said, is this your car, Forrest? The one that went missing. Captain Cow, Captain Chaos. Bill needs a cape. There's only 5 people here, so Captain Kid, Dave. There's more than 2 people. There's just 2 of you talking. I thought Davey B was here as well. Got that wrong. I thought Dave was here. 3, so there's only 2. Or maybe I was just looking at Dave. I thought it was Davey B. So going forward, I hope, the people that wanted to know what the true solve was will see or hear that it was, once you knew, it was easy. It was simple, even though it was difficult, because difficult is the synonym. And religious, is the synonym, and, the contradictions exist. But the truth remains the truth. There were 2 words: follow precisely. You could throw in the 9 clues, but the follow precisely will get you what you need to know. And then the 9 clues would help you with a different type of solution. No, retracted. Oh, no. What do you mean you never left? You never draw in nigh. There he is. I'm here, never left. Ah, I see. Never draw in nigh. Well, there's only 3 people here, so that me, Davey, and imagination. In my imagination. Oh, good. Everybody's here. Everybody? No, they've all gone. There's only 3 people here. unless they're messing with the Duuuuhhhh, because I look and there's like 2 or 3 people in, and then when I've finished the stream, got like 80 odd views. Where did they come from? Like, I'm amazed. I'm doing videos that are like 3, 4, 6, 8 hours long, and I'm getting over 100 odd views, and I'm thinking, who the fuck wants to watch a video that's 6 hours long, or 3 hours long, or 4 hours long? Because I don't. And I'm stunned that there's over 100 views. I expect like 10 views. When I do a video, I seriously don't expect 10 views. And then the person who is the go-between tells the other people. They don't need to watch it. They just need to, or, could record it and then show them or whatever. And I'm thinking, man, what are these people got nothing better to do? But I hope you have a great, happy holiday. Well, you say Merry Christmas, so Merry Christmas. The best holiday ever. It's a curse that makes you happy and loving, even if you don't want to be. And I wish the same for everybody else. Like, I've never have wished anything else. I've always wished the best for everyone, because you live the life that you live. That's up to you. And you make yourself happy, and that's up to you. But with doing it a bit illegal or a bit, nasty, it comes a consequence. But I don't care. I do care, but I don't want to judge that consequence. That's not my issue. That's not my problem. That's for a higher hand to do. You're a human being. That's it. Another human being. And if I can like me or love me, I can love you. I'm not without sin. But I haven't done the stuff you're accusing me of. Or, trying to accuse me of, or whatever. But it is what it is. I don't expect people to love me or hate me. I don't care. I love me. That's it. Done. If people love me, it's a bonus. If they don't, well, I have a peaceful, quiet life. Because, in that love, there comes issues. There always is. Life isn't perfect. Unless you love yourself, and you only have to deal with yourself. And then all the dude all day and the dude all night. Uh-oh. Somebody's using big words. Exponentially exciting stuff. Yes. Sorry, but I need to watch the news tonight to make sure my Epstein record is... It will only stay in redaction until it's not supposed to stay in redaction, and then it'll be... So the thing to learn in this spirituality stuff, whatever, is you have to let go and let him take over the reins. Because if you spend all your time worrying about stuff, you're never going to get to the good stuff. You have to have faith. You have to believe that you're going to be guided to your oasis. That's a good word to use. Oasis. You're going to, because Forrest talked about an oasis. You're going to be guided to your oasis. And if you try to fight that, the chances are you'll never get there. You have to believe that whoever's driving, mum and dad, in the front seat, you're in the back saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You have to stop that. You have to just believe that you will get there in divine timing. Excuse me, confirmation. Be back later. Cheers, Dave. If I don't see you, because I don't want to be on long, I'm trying not to do these flipping hours videos. And I appreciate everyone in the chase. Unless you get all the information from everyone, you can't find the truth. Even if the information they're giving is bullshit. With the bullshit, you can work out the bullshit, and what's left is the truth. I'm not saying you give bullshit, I'm just saying. So, tatty bye, tickled I am. Tickled, Ken Dodd. Don't forget to not upset the crocodile. Oh no, I don't want to cross the river though. I don't want to cross the river. I was thinking of that Devil's Tower thing today about the stowed and the ER and the bit that was left. Put in stowed below the home of Brown. Is that a liver? Was his liver stowed beneath his skin? Stowed and liver. He stowed his liver below the home of Brown. Have a great evening, everybody. Don't forget to open your Christmas jammies tonight. Tonight? Tonight. It's actually 23:31. Actually, it will be one of those mirror numbers. Now, it is 23:32. So Frank was here to say I did that on purpose, but I didn't. So it's actually 2332 mirrored. So not very long now for me. Oh, Dave's already happy Christmas, Dave, because you've already had yours or started yours. And I'll be starting mine soon. Oh no, Power Rangers. What big teeth she has? I thought the crocodile was a male. I thought it was a male. Oh, it is a male. It's a female. Mages can sneak up on you. Images can as well. Already did. Merry Christmas. Best gift on Christmas Eve. A tick or the tree? Got a tick. Ah. Got a tick. So, and this is not me trying to be clever or me trying to be whatever, because I could have been clever 5 years ago. This is me just trying to say, look, stop trying to play because it ain't going to work. Ain't going to work. And like this is the simple poem talking about that. But the real information is in the names of the people. That's the real information. Like the name of Major Forrest, Fenn, and all those other people. Like why they were potentially named with those names. And going forward, all these people are going to get revealed. Not you with your Epstein stuff, I don't know. That might, but they will be revealed for who they are because they were always going to be who they are. And the whole point of everything we're told is know thyself. If you know yourself, you ain't worried about what comes out because you are happy with what you are, what you became. But if you're worried about who you are and what you became, then you're in trouble. You'll be living in fear. So whilst you think you're having a great life, your life ain't that great, because you're living in fear. You are living in the same sort of fear that those people beneath you are living in. You just don't know it. So know yourself, get out of that trap that you have to be vulnerable all the time. You don't. And live the life that you want without the evil that's involved in it, without being dragged down into the evil. Live the life you want without being dragged down into the evil. I'm not going to say that everybody's going to be love. I don't think that's going to be the case. But if everybody is not evil, then that's good. That's good. And by evil, I mean against universal law, not man's law, because there is no sin. There's just lessons to be learned in the things that you do. So universal law, if you abide by universal law, it's all good, irrespective of what other people think. Irrespective of what other people think. If it's universal law, okay. If it's man's law, that's there for a reason. And it's not to help us. It's to help them. So live your life under universal law. Don't pay too much attention to what man is telling you to do, because you've already been told what's okay and what isn't. You've already been told. And you've already been shown, because somebody came along and tried to explain to us, this is how you should live. and they got rid of him because they didn't want you to know this is how you should live. And I'm telling you, this is how you should live. I don't care if they like it or not. I'm telling you, this is how you should live. Universal law. There's no sin. The only sin is failure to find the universal law. That's the only sin. To find the creator of all things. And in the creation of all things, there is universal law. Remember, in the beginning was darkness. We were in the dark. We were all in the dark. Were we all sinful? We were all in the dark until he turned the earth into light. So the earth is darkness and light. The earth is darkness and light. And guess what? We were made of the earth. Remember? Adam from the earth. We were made of the earth. So we too must be darkness and light. And we must have our day and our night inside us. But to see the light in the darkness is very important. And you come into the light. Remember, earth turns, and you come into the light, and you think the sky is blue when really it's black. It's always been black. Never been anything else. It's just blue because the sun shines on it and makes it look blue. But it's black. Black as coal. What does black mean? Oh, there's a treasure hunt by somebody called Black. What does black mean? What does John mean? Not just one word, but like John something something. Didn't know that existed. Cold train, clippity clopping over hills and brains. Seems as though they never stop. Clippity clop, clippity clop. Hello, redneck. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, well, most evil people work for evil people. But yeah. The problem with evil people is they people to do evil things. And that's why they do evil things. And they think that they need to live a certain lifestyle by getting the money off evil people to have a good lifestyle, but you don't. In fact, you'd have a better lifestyle if you didn't take the money off those people. But here's what it is. Don't even mention that. You can't find it in snow. Where is the snow? Choo choo. So you can't find it in snow. Like the answers to that, there's treasure inside. No different than the answers to the thrill of the chase. Well, they're different, but in the ways that you find it, like, listen, I'm not bullshitting or trying to be clever or trying to fucking do anything. I'm just telling you. What does follow the 9 clues precisely? How does follow the 9 clues precisely differ from pay close attention to details? Apart from this says there's 9. One says there's 9 and the other says pay close attention to detail. It's exactly the same. Follow it precisely, pay close attention to detail. What do those words mean? You can't find it in snow in the thrill of the chase. Not going to find it in snow in there's treasure inside. People are so many meters, feet, whatever. People are so many feet. Hang on, this all sounds the same, doesn't it? Haven't heard all this before, only said slightly differently. So as you go through those people that are doing there's treasure inside, as you're going through and you're hearing these hints, clues, just sort of like line them up with what Forrest said. Just line them up and go, oh, hang on, that one is joy and happiness. Oh, well, that's pretty much the same. And that is, and that is, and that is, and that is. And you get some idea of how easy it is. The only thing about there's treasure inside is the book is bigger. But listen, the clues are the same. The clues are the same. The hints, the clues, whatever you want to call them, they're the same. How did you solve the Forrest Fenn thrill of the chase with a poem following those 9 clues precisely? How are you going to solve there's treasure inside? Could you use the Forrest Fenn poem to solve there's treasure inside? Could you? Or could you just use the over and over again information that you were given? It's supposed to be where is the love, not where is the snow. Where is the love? Not going to find it where you'll look. Well, you're not going to find it in the poem, that's for sure. The poem that you're reading, as I've gone alone in there with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where hit a rich new old, begin it where warm waters halt. That, begin it where warm waters halt, and going from there, you're not going to find it there. You're not going to find it where you're looking. You've got no fucking chance of finding it where you're looking. And you're not going to find it, on land anywhere. What if land is not an issue? You're not going to find it on land anywhere. It ain't going to happen. And you don't need to be in person, because you're already in person, when you find it. If you're in person, when you find it, you found it. And you had it nailed down. I'm so twisted. Oh, let's twist again then. Like we did last summer. I'm using Justin's poem for the 5 boxes. I'm not. We've already found the 5 boxes. I'm not using Justin's poem. Oh, not Justin's poem. The thrill of there's treasure inside. 5 boxes. I see what you're saying now. You use Justin's poem for the 1 box, for the 5 boxes, because it's the same story, only the names and places have changed. 1 stanza per box. Yeah, obviously I'll never find it. Methodical. Methodical is a good word. 1 inch at a time. Well, you have to grid search it. I mean, what? Hang on. Isn't that how how Jack found it? Ain't that how I found it? No, it isn't. It is how I found a trove, but it's not how I found a chest in the Rocky Mountains. But you have to grid search it. That sounds familiar. Maybe the coal train leads to the soul train. Maybe. And the soul train will obviously be better. Dillard, you can't find it in snow. But the snows went to spring because snow too far to walk. That fooled me because that's the wrong too. But on and the quickly down only knows well in the snow means you've been there before. Well, wasn't that the scrapbook that took Willie out into the garden? And there was already Prince. Not Prince like Prince. Purple rain, purple rain. Not that Prince. Not even photographic prints. Footprints. Because who's going to follow my footprints? So someone's already been there before in that scrapbook. You won't find it in snow. Willie didn't even want to go out there, apparently. Bro, there's hardly any snow out there. Not in the West, anyway. Yeah, well, there's 5 states, isn't there? There must be snow in one of the states. Snow. There isn't. Snow. It's snow. Waiting for that snow BTO. Don't know what that melt. Snow to melt. With no pedal up your creek. Pedal. I know where to find the answer for Emilia Earhart. She was already found. Someone, like when she was supposedly getting lost, She was already found, but they didn't want her found, so they just left her there. They just left her there. But yeah, we know. We know where she is, don't worry about it. If you had the answers, you would not worry about snow. No, there's no snow. Well, there is snow because there's snow. It's the snow that you don't have that gives you the answer that you do. So if you can work out the snow that you don't need, you can work out the answer that you do need because there's loads of snow there, just not where it is. Does that make sense? Like if you avoid the snow, you can find the answer. And if you don't avoid the snow, you won't get the answer. Look out for that word. It's a doozy. Nigh? What, the nigh-GH? It never snows there. It never snows there. Oh, that's a weird thing to say because it snowed in the Sahara. It never snows there. It flooded in Dubai and it don't do that there. Probably at one point in time it doesn't, but going forward it might. If Earhart was lost, then how did Fenn have her flight log? Ooh. Oh! Oh! That's how people end up in Kerwin, wherever it was. 5 times in 6 years. No, you're contradicting now. I'm not playing anymore. You said it never snows, and now it did it in 5. So it's once a year, almost. Anyway, shh, don't talk about snow. You don't like snow. I don't like snow. I like snow if I can play in the snow. I don't mind playing in the snow, and then I can come in and get warm. Snow, great. Don't mind. Don't mind snowballs. Don't mind. Don't mind snowmen. Don't mind. But when I have to clear the drive, it's a big. Well, it's not a drive. It's a road. Probably. Excuse me. Confirmation that it's a road, not a drive. Probably 100 feet or more that I have to clear. No fun. No fun at all. Well, it is fun if people come out and join in, but it's not often that they come out and join in. So it's quite a while. Gets you warm though. And I need to get another, what do they call them, snow shovel. Because all of that shoveling that snow has worn it away. It's like our snow, I don't think is the same as yours. Yours is light and crispy and nice. Ours is heavy and wet. So there's been many a time that I've moved the snow and the shovel's gone, snap. It's too heavy. You put too much on it. Are we talking about there's treasure inside or we talk about Forrest? I didn't notice any snow in the parent, but be careful anyways. Okay, there was a storm and it got to minus 40. Dang, you're going backwards, dude. You're going backwards, you're going minus 40. You need to go plus 40 to go forwards. Snow is a factor between the water temp changing and the possibility of a halt halts everything. Freezes halt. It's just a halts. A halt halts everything. I'll have to write that one down. You just did. I can read it. That one. There it is. I can read it. Are you going to write it again? That one. I'll have to write that one down. Ah, but you read it across. Man, that's going to be hard, writing that one down. Oh, it's English humour. You'll get used to it one day. Not any day soon, probably, but you'll get used to it one day. And you'll understand it one day, that one down is spelling that one down. Because that's what I do. So please don't feel like, I'm trying to take the pee or anything. I'm just trying to enlighten people as to the truth and how words, how easy it was, Old Faithful. Simple, difficult, best, major, safe, deep. Did I say best? So if you're doing there's treasure inside, just pay attention to the details. Is follow precisely. What does that mean? Like there were words in the book, stout-hearted. There were words in the book that will help you with the clues in the poem. There are hints in the book that will help you with the clues in the poem. So there must be hints in There's Treasure Inside that will help you with the over and under, whatever it was. So if you've been confident and contact Forrest, I'll give you ownership of the deed. It's very possible. Was it deed? Deed. Yep. And don't forget, in all of that, we had will. Like the words that I give you one thing, but then I give you different words that I sing or, you know, highlight, and they're just as important. Cheers, Davey. Appreciate you here. Take care, mate. Hope everything's good in that part of the world. Things are coming to a halt soon. Yes. Every day. Same for you, mate. Same for you. There's a reckoning. That's an adding up, a totaling, a judging. Yes. Who says I can't affect the future? I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if I'll be back again. I'm leaving Monday to a place I've never been. Ah, how long have you been with Monday? Is she related to Friday? Or he related to Friday? Whichever way it goes. Well, I hope you travel well wherever this place that you've never been. Have a good trip. Leaving? Wow. But it's Christmas. Won't your family be peed that you are leaving at Christmas time? What day is it today? Wednesday? Thursday? Oh, so you're all right for Christmas. Headed to Treasure Island for the first time. Woohoo! And you have found the treasure. Happy days. No Captain Kidd going on here. Geoduck is on a mission. No crocodiles or TikToks. If it's on a plane, it's hard being in the same air twice. Well, there are no friendlies up there, so be careful. There are no friendlies up there in that air. Even that, Hare or Harry. Harry. Like, there's some good information in that. Important, one would say. Crocs sleep in the winter. Fortunately, But it's 3 degrees Celsius here, and we're coming to the end of winter. Normally, I'd reverse that and say -3. So, like I was saying the other day, like my lawn is still growing. It's still growing. And that's crazy because what we're having is lots of rain and some sun. Lots of rain and some sun. Lots of rain and some sun. But it's not. I'm not saying. I'm not saying I want flipping freezing cold weather. I'm not saying that. Or snow. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying normally we have it. Which means the animals that normally do what they normally do, bears hibernate and whatever, squirrels, at least chipmunks, whatever you call them, bugs, 15 relatives, they're not doing what they should be doing because the weather's not doing what it should be doing. And I hope the animals don't suffer because the weather's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But apparently, I don't know if it's a wind up, might be one of those toys, but the bears are attacking in China or Japan or somewhere. Japan? Got a dog barking. Just because they've built more houses, taken over the jungle, as it were, or the land, or whatever. So the bears are attacking. And it's like, what? And they're supposed to be warning people don't go there because the bears are attacking. Like, that's crazy. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I find that crazy. Not that I don't believe it, but even as a human being, if somebody came in and started, you know, taking a part of your garden and claiming it as their own, you might get a bit miffed, mightn't you? You might go, "Hey, what are you doing? It's my garden." And you got all these bears losing their habitat to man, and they're probably going, "Right, that's it. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. I'm fighting back." And then they go attacking things. So I can understand that it can be true, but it's scary if it is. And, it's, what's the word? Negligent of the people that build these places where these animals live. Crazy, crazy, crazy. No people, any place actually. Fish don't sleep, they just eat less. There you go. The mosquitoes are like family being bloodsuckers when the rich is on tap. Yes, 15 other relatives. But he did say he was leading you to the bear. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does leading mean? And what does bear mean? Like, really, what does it mean? What was really said? Like, you just explained something there, the family being bloodsuckers. Excuse me, confirmation. The family being bloodsuckers and bugs, mosquitoes. What's really being said behind everything that Forrest was saying? If I die, no one will know. What? Well, it might do because the name Geoduck won't appear anywhere, and it's be like, something's happened. A perfect day for banana fish. Why do I think of Barbara when somebody says that? Why? Something wrong next door because that dog's barking and there's no response. Anyway, I better go. I truly wish you all the very best. There's some hearts. Some hearts, some flowers. I don't want to be, a male chauvinist. 100. 100. Ta-da. Those southern bananas fish are like needleworking. Oh no, they're knitting. Oh, must be embroidery dillard instead of chaos. Because chaos, man, chaos. Let me just laugh at that first. The chaos, man, wow, that was something else. But now we have the embroidery, which, well, you probably don't see it yet, but we are having embroidery. Don't tell everyone though. Don't tell everyone. Raining Michael, hello. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all of the other stuff, because apparently we live in a world where whatever you say upsets people. It's crazy. Had breakfast at McDonald's. Ah, was he well? And lunch at Durango Casino. Maybe those places are clues. Merry Christmas, everyone. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Was it? Oh no, that was Django. Is Durango, Colorado? Las Vegas and Colorado. How does that work? Or am I getting Durango mixed up with something else? But Django or Jingo, Jingopa, or post-traumatic stress disorder, or don't know what that stands for. Uh, Chase, stress, traumatic stress disorder. Oh, you wrote it there. I'm trying to work it out and I don't need to because it's already there. Chase traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, there was a bit of that until you wake up and smell the roses. Remember Forrest did a scrapbook on roses. What does roses mean? So within the chase, I'd see that Forrest put some information out and I'd be like, okay, then what have we got now? And do you know what I like better than something else? Is when the scrapbook was very, very short. Like a really quick scrapbook. Because he came out with some long winded ones. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've got to read all of this and try and work out what you really said to us. Come on, that's not fair. Got to read about the Korean and the crash and the elder and the blah 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 blah. Got to read all of that. Can't you just do a simple one, a quick one, really quick? And then, and then, like one after the other, boom, 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 boom. Oh, God, what? But it's like, well, you've already got the you already know that the answer's known. Why are you sending all these out? And the only thing I could think when that happened was, for the end of the chase for everybody else, to level the playing field, they had to have the same information. That's all I could think because the answer was already known. And so, why are you still sending these flipping scrapbooks out? But I don't know how much of what I was sending to Forrest was known by Forrest. Even though we saw a clip that said, or heard a clip, can't remember how it went now, heard a clip maybe, or might have saw that clip, where it said, Forrest said, look, sending these emails, that's her again, or him again, or whatever, talking about the colour, what's my favourite colour, or something like that. How does that help her? How does it help me? Whatever he was saying. Can't remember. Confirmation. Long time ago. But I don't know. Just remember, find the doctor, find the treasure. Excuse me. What does turn mean? Deserve another doctor? Deserve another turn. We are all in this institution, Mario. Yes, we are all in this institution. You got the needle, might as well knit a blanket out the ball of Fred. Fenn stitched connections together. Yes, but somebody took the ball of Fred apart and got it out the door when he was gone. And somebody took his car and put it in that forest, I think. I really do think that was his car, even though, it's probably not, but it's just nice to think that. There is no getting out. You're right there. Trouble is, the lunatics have taken over the asylum. The instruction deleted my contacts today and needs to grip on the nulling. Absolutely locked in for a maverick, Mr. FF. Locked in. Locked in. The doctor is the mechanic. And who do you want working on your car then? If in the thrill of the chase, if there's no plan, if Forrest is doing this and there's no plan, and it's going to work, how? So there must be some sort of plan, mechanism to go through. But there are no coincidences. So whoever is the creator, if it's by a higher hand, whoever is the creator, there is information given by the creator, the higher hand, that maybe Forrest didn't even know was being given. Maybe the information, the way that Forrest had it all not planned, was this way. But the way that the creator had it planned was in multi-dimensional, whatever crazy words that come up with the way that it was planned. Because it wasn't just one-dimensional chess. It fucking wasn't. It was 5-dimensional chess, and you were always in the in-between. You were never in the 3D. You were always between the 3D and the 5-dimensional chess, and you're trying to move pieces to counteract the opposition's intended move. So before they make the move, you move your piece. You move your piece in the 5D. So when they go to make the move in the 3D, you've already made your move. So you make a move in the 5D, which is counteracting the move that they're going to make in the 3D. They're going to make a move. You've already made a move. They make that move, but as they make that move, you've already counteracted it. And they're like, what? What just happened then? What just happened? This was supposed to happen, but this happened. What happened there? So being in between, you can make a move before they make them, because you already know what the answer is, remember? You already know what the move is, so you make your move. As they're making their move in the 3D, you've already made a move in the 5D. When they make that move in the 3D, the move from the 5D comes to the 3D and then counteracts it because you know the answer. Not you. Through the higher hand, the answer's already been given. So now every thought has already been counteracted. Made a thought, already been counteracted. They play whatever game they're playing, and then remember Google Earth. Nope, this one. Nope, this one. So people are moved around the board by a higher hand, just picking them up and putting them where they should be. This is where you should be, this is where you should be. And that's how it's done. What if they worked on cars for several years and then went to mechanic school? Ooh. Don't know. That's like bolting thing after the closing it after the horse was bolted. The way that hope that kid is a ton to press. What? Preston. Preston. June 2026, we have a time capsule at the very least. Oh, is that the one in Colorado? There's one in Colorado that had the Dr. Pepper and blah blah blah. Garden of the Gods, whatever. Ooh, Garden of the Gods. Heavy loads. Has anyone separated Mum's house from Dad's house and one burned down your shoes? Sometimes I don't understand the statement. It doesn't make English to me. I'm just a poor boy. No, get no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go. Oh, I'm just a poor orphan. No mum and no dad. They're different words. Oh, man. The Bohemian Rhapsody just went to pieces there. Just the stalk that delivered me the day. I thought it was a crane. You was sold? No, that's this Matrix. That's how they work. How much for that one? It's a human being. Yeah, but how much? Crazy people. Crazy, crazy people. Look, I'm going. Oh, look, there's more people in now that I'm going than there was when I wasn't going. But I do appreciate you being here. And I'm not lying. I'm not trying to be clever. I'm just telling you the truth. It was simple. It was 2020. Life is crazy, but what can you do? And you just move forward and you wait for people to do the right thing, correct thing. But in all of it, doesn't matter what people do. Forrest doesn't make plans, but mom and dad do. And everything that they do is in divine timing. And you have to learn to let go. Don't try and steer it. Yep. Let go. Let go. Let them steer. Okay. Okay. Wherever we're going, enjoy the journey. Don't worry about the destination. You know you're going to get there when you're ready because all paths lead to the Vatican. So all roads lead to Rome. You're going to get to where you're going because even though all paths lead to the Vatican, if you because you can't go where you want to go because they all lead to the Vatican. So if there is only one way, guess what? You don't know that way. You don't know it because all roads lead to Rome. They all take you to the one answer, which is the wrong answer. So you have to let go and trust that the way that you're going is the correct way. Wherever the car is being driven, wherever it's being driven, it don't matter. It don't matter. You don't have to worry. You know that for your highest good, you're going the correct way. You're not going on the road that leads to the Vatican road. You're going, listen, you're going on the way, in the way that leads to the Father because there's only one way in. Let go, let Father take you all the way through the journey, through the walk of life. Not far, but it's too far to walk. That walk of life, nah. You have to let go. You don't know the answers, but someone does. And you have to trust that the person that does is going to take you the correct way. And if they take you the correct way, life could be a dream, sweetheart. That's how it works. Mario, there's two houses since Mom has her own. Yeah. But I was thinking of mom and dad. I was thinking of home, us, home. this our home. There is so much more to creation than just us. Just this 3D matrix version of Earth that we can understand, and there's so much more out there, in there, whatever, that we are going to find out. And I kid you not when I say we are going to find out. Plain Rex kid is just having too much fun. Too much fun. I'm just having fun. Oh, look, honestly, look them up. I'm not kidding you. You'll find, you might think it tedious or boring or whatever, but when you look and think, you're like, oh no. No wonder he was having fun. Look what he did here, and look what he did here, and look what he did here with this. You don't have some solar panels to install. Who don't you have some solar panels to install? No. It's free energy. Free energy. Can you imagine the whole world of solar panels? Kid is just having too much fun. I thought I had been doing that, boss. Oh. Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. I got boss on. I can't make the sunshine come out though. If you figure that out, I'd surely like to know. Let the sun come into your life. Bring in the sun. His name's Ra. Hoorah, hoorah. Pull the thumb from the bum and let the light out. What? Where did that come from? I leave the heavy work for your mum. What, to pull the thumb out? Dang, that's a big thumb. Or a big bum, whichever way you look at it. Those are those heavy loads and those waters high, I think. I'm going to go. I thank you. Thank you for the 2 likes. Thank you for being here and putting up with me. I do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing, all of those. But like I say, I don't do it for subscribers. I do it to give people the truth. Remember, it's not giving someone a fish and feeding them for a day. It's giving them the how to fish so they can do it for themselves forever. Because the chase is going to last thousands of years. Within TTI, keep it going. Pay attention to detail. Follow precisely. Follow precisely. Pay attention to detail. Joy, happiness. Many 500, whatever those clues are, same clues. 200 feet. Not find it in snow. Blah, 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 blah. What does blah mean? My Azipan has really taken a pounding. Those thumbs, they'll get you every time, them thumbs. It's the rule of thumb. The rule of thumb. A rule of thumb. What does that mean? Oh no, busted O-rings for sure. I missed that. You can't stitch a hole up that big. Well, I think they'll give it a good try. Maybe that's the chaos and embroidery. You stitch a hole up that big. I thank you. I wish you all the very best. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, blah, blah. All of that stuff. If I don't see you, enjoy yourself. Don't, do it to make yourself ill. Don't go to excess and, ruin it for yourself. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.